Welcome, welcome. Now I've got a dog here, so we might have a little interruption today, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Debs Cooper, global stressologist. A little bit stressed today thinking about how my dog's going to go off. Here to talk about strategies to regulate your emotions. I think my emotions are all over the place right now. We'll see how this one goes. Thank you for joining me. Drop in the chat if you're here watching a replay or if you're here live or hashtag replay. That would be awesome. And I'd love to know where you are in the world. That will be fabulous as well, where you are in the world. All going well. I can see your questions. If you drop any questions or comments, I'm here. So I'm going to give you some my favorite strategies that help me regulate my emotions. Hi, gorgeous. And these are pretty simple. So grab your note-taking device and we're going to crack on. They are in no particular order, no order at all. But I want to talk about the word first because one of my first tips is actually a word triggers. And I want to talk about the word triggers because trigger is quite a popular word that is going around right now across the world. They are talking about triggers are emotional blocks. Triggers are this, they do this, trauma. There's all trauma and triggers all the way through. So trigger is a word on its own. We're just going to acknowledge it's a word on its own. And all I do is I actually call it a wobble. If the word trigger frustrates you or trauma frustrates you or brings up something, change the word to something that makes it feel totally comfortable for you. And that is my first tip. That is literally my first tip to regulate your emotions. Know that words are words and that they will trigger you, and it's just about reframing those. I'm going to talk to those a little bit further on. But my second tip is to identify those emotional triggers, those wobbles, whatever they are, identifying them. Once you can identify them, acknowledge them, you've actually got a lot easier to go from. So I talk about seen, heard, acknowledged. If you can identify them, it's a start. So this emotional wobble are people, situations, or events, and they stir up a lot of emotion. They stir up a lot of reaction, strong things within you. Once you can identify them, you can see off what actually sets off your emotions, and you can prepare for it. It's that simple, yet we can go into that spiraling that we actually can't even think about. How can we prepare for it? So you're better to know rather than not know. So when you know what this trigger or this wobble or another word, whatever you want to call it, is, once you can figure that out, you're actually better to know it, then you can deal with it. But if you're sitting there in the blind spot and you're sitting there and you're not seeing that stuff, it's just going to weigh heavy onto you. We've got Wollongong, Australia. Danny, I know where you are, but I can't quite remember where you are. And we've got a couple of New Zealanders there. Yay for New Zealand. That's in Napier and Hawke's Bay, but it's stunning up there. Triggers, go back to triggers. So once you've got that self-awareness of identifying them, you can deal with them. Now, there's different levels to deal with them, so I'm going to give you my strategies. One is gratitude. You know, I literally talk about gratitude so much. Someone goes, sum up your business in one word. I don't know how you can do that, but anyway, gratitude. Grateful for what I have, grateful for what I don't have. Grateful for what I have, grateful for what I don't have. So the key is when these wobbles come up, what are you thankful for right now? What is really going on? Who did you connect with? Who did you get clear on? What boundaries did you put in place? What things did you decide works for you and doesn't work for you? What's the gifts that have come from this? If you can't see a gratitude in this situation, it's just going to give you a spiraling out of control. Now, when I talk about regulating your emotions, gratitude is the quickest way to regulate your emotions. And I do it like this. Hand on heart, because that goes with gratitude for me. Hand on heart or boob or wherever you want to be, reminding yourself you live here. So if something chaotic or I feel myself go from a 0 to 100, because it can happen that quickly, I literally go my hand on my heart and I say to myself, I live here. What am I thankful for? And they just go left and right and they blend together, and it just allows me to work forward to whatever's going on around me. Now, if you're looking to regulate your emotions clearly because you're on this video, one of the things I try and do, and I'm not 100% perfect at this, is actually pause before reacting. Now, I'm known as a snake. I sit quietly, I sit quietly, I sit quietly, I sit quietly, I sit quietly. And then up comes the snake, up, bite, back, and down. That's me. And that's a pretty harsh place to be. So that bite is actually far greater than the actions around. So if you can pause and take a moment, so because obviously your emotions are running high, and our instinct thinks, I'm going to react, like, bugger you, you've done this, and there's all this coming. You know where that comes from. So that doesn't help any situation. It literally just escalates when you've got two people going. So practice the pause. Take a deep breath, count to 3, count to 5, step away for a moment. Just give them the respect and just say, I'll be back in a moment. I'll be back. Just give me a moment. And it's respectful to the other person. If you're in the middle of an argument or in the middle of a discussion and you can't sit there and listen to whatever's going on, just go, can you just give me a moment to take a moment? Just give me a moment to take a moment. You don't have to go, I'll be back in 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Don't put yourself a time frame on it. I'll be back in a moment. Because that allows you to pause. And when you pause, you can start getting your head clearer on what you're saying. So it allows you to think of a thoughtful response rather than I'm going to say knee-jerk reaction. And it allows you to stay in alignment with who you're looking to be, who you feel better at when you're moving forward. The other one is negative thoughts. Now, you can't run from negative thoughts. You definitely can't, but you can reframe them. And negative thinking will 100% derail you. It'll derail your focus, where you're going, what's your purpose. It'll derail everything because it actually immobilizes you when you have a whole lot of negative thoughts. You just beat yourself up so much so that it immobilizes you and you don't do anything unless it's done in pure anger, which doesn't work if you're in gratitude. So when you're reframing those negative thoughts, it actually means shifting your thought process and your perspective to see challenges as opportunities for evolution. Those challenges are now opportunities for evolution. So instead of saying, I failed, reframed to, I learned what didn't work for me right now. Oh, I didn't fail at this. I actually learned this doesn't work this way. I learned something. And by learning something, you're educating yourself and you're not staying stagnant. And the other thing is you can go, gratitude. What's the benefit to this situation? And this creates resilience and it keeps you moving forward because those negative thoughts just immobilize you. I really want to make that one clear. Now, the next tip I'm going to say is communicate with clarity. Now, when I talk about communication and with clarity, clear communication is essential. We know that to moving forward. It's essential to getting people on our boat. It's essential when emotions are involved. So when you do things, you're communicating with clarity, use the I statement to express whatever's going on without blaming others. Because when you go to the I, it's not you. So you want to say something like, I feel overwhelmed when, or I'm under pressure, rather than you always make me feel, or you do this all the time, or this is your fault I'm in this situation. Even just this is your fault I'm in this situation. You know that's disaster language that's happening right there for you. People actually have a different vibe when you're using the I statements. It appears they understand me more when I do it, and they're more focused on a resolution. So if you're going to do something, just start with that. I mean, there's lots of great tips I'm giving you here today, but just start with one of them. If you're going to try, I feel overwhelmed when this doesn't get done, or I feel, and it's not saying you do this. No. There's none of this pointing. It's actually I. Now, the other one I'm going to drop here is emotional agility, and develop emotional agility. Now, agility is a word that seems to be the popular word at the moment, and it's an ability to navigate your emotions without being consumed by them. So it's like, what's her name? Wonder Woman coming, and she's attacking you, and you're just going, kapow, kapow. Emotional agility is actually being able to navigate your emotions without letting it get to control of you. Oh, Adrienne, I've been using I for a few months and it's great. It is. It changes the whole dynamics and it allows you to take accountability in your life. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that's important. That's a great one. Thank you. Going back to emotional agility, It's about recognizing your feelings. Again, we talked about seen, heard, and knowledge, and actually naming them. As soon as you can recognize them and name your feelings, then you can choose how you can act and not let other people's emotions control you. So when we go to the word, I know I said this at the start, I talked about the word wobble and I talked about the word triggers. There's a word called feelings. Feelings. And all feelings are labels. And all those feelings are just words. I feel sad. I feel happy. I feel inspired. They're all just words, which are just labels. That's all they are. If you can see them, you can hear them, and you can acknowledge them, you've already started moving forward. And that will 100% help you develop that emotional agility, and it'll keep you grounded, because the key is to stay grounded. The key is to stay grounded. The next tip I'm going to give you is reminding you you are human. You are human with human. You have human emotions. You have human feelings. You have human actions. You have a human past. You've experienced this human nature before, and these emotions have taken you beyond a 10 and back to. You've experienced them in the past and you've survived. Remind yourself that you're human and it's okay to feel these feelings. They're just feelings. They're just labels. They're just emotion. That's what's going on. They're just people. And you've survived the stuff before. You can survive whatever's going to you right now. The next one I'm going to talk about is ensuring that you're doing something daily for balance. Something daily for balance. Now, when I talk about balance, I'm talking about controlling your emotions, not going high, not going low. Now, you're still going to have highs and you're still going to have lows, but these highs are going to become down and these lows are going to be brought up. So when you sustain this balance, it actually requires consistent effort. I said it, consistent effort. So by incorporating it every day, just every day, every morning, start thinking about this. Today I'm going to choose to do. Today I get the opportunity to. Today I get the opportunity to use the I sentence. Like how, even the way you word that. Today I get the opportunity to. Take it as a game or whatever you want to label it. But it's actually today I get the opportunity to journal. Today I get to do the exercise gratitude. Today I get to go outside and feel the cold wind in my hair or whatever. They're all small, but they're very powerful practices and they sink you into the present moment. They sink you into the present moment. Whatever that is, ensure that you've got that consistency that goes through. Now, I've got a couple more to go through, and my next one I'm just going to say is glitter bomb. Glitter bomb, glitter bomb, glitter bomb. Now, when I talk about my glitter bomb, I'm talking about what lights you up. What can you do that lights you up? What brightens your day? Where are you going? Whatever that is, what lights you up? If you... Oh, have I got that? No, I don't think that's... Oh, I just realized I just looked at my thing, my video, expand video. Don't know if that's actually got me there. Maybe it has there. I don't think you had me. Anyway, well, I thought you had me. Okay, no one told me you didn't have me. Anyway, going back to that, glitter bomb. Glitter bomb is whatever lights you up. Now, I drink out of my fabulous Tomo drink bottle. Now, this literally just makes me feel inspired. I drink this. I love seeing it. It's a decent heavy bottle. It's full of soda water, and it just makes me feel alive. There's your glitter. I've got other things that's got glitter. I've got my dangly phone case. That's actually just on charge at the moment. So I've got glitter. I have those glitter moments. You don't have to have those as glitter moments. You can stand outside and feel the wind in your hair. You can go, I'm going to wear shoes today, or not wearing shoes, or whatever it is, whatever that glitter is, do that stuff that lights you up. Whatever that is, and do more of that. Tomorrow your glitter might be drinking out of a different mug. The next day it could be having a shower and using a different soap. Whatever that is, just do more of that glitter, because that's our stuff that keeps us functioning and 100% regulates our emotions, because it's those things that we're inspired to do. The last one I'm going to give you is that I'm here. Debs Cooper, global stressologist, is here. I am here for you to help you with whatever you've got going on in your world. These tips are here to give you a snippet and help you move forward. Just choose one today. Just choose one. That's what I'm going to ask you to do, is just choose one. Start implementing it, whatever it is. When you feel you've got the rhythm, add in another one. Add in another one. There's definitely some golden nuggets here, but choose what works for you. Oh, and that is probably the quickest I've done it. That's the quickest I'm here to talk to you today about strategies to regulate your emotions. Thank you for joining me. If you've got any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll reply later today. That's me, Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off on strategies to regulate your emotions. Thanks. Bye.